Hi, coffee beans! How's it brewing? A few weeks ago, I unboxed the March UV Dip Elves box from Sophie and Toffee. If you haven't seen it already, I'll leave a link below. One of the items was a thermal color-changing liquid that I had no idea how to use. The instruction booklet that came with the box didn't have directions for it, and at the time, I couldn't find the product or instructions on their website. Plus, I've seen a lot of other crafters asking questions about this product on the Sophie and Toffee Facebook page. So I thought, why not make a video exploring this product and trying different methods to see what worked? Stick around to the end to see the results. For these experiments, I'll be using a few different silicone molds, like this puzzle piece and ring. I especially wanted to use this Randall mold from Monsters Inc., since he has the ability to change colors anyway. I'll also be using Limino UV resin, black UV resin, and glitter, just for fun. And don't forget my new BFF, this UV nail gel. This will be great to dome the pieces and to help reduce the stickiness after curing. First, I wanted to see how the thermal liquid looked painted on top of clear resin. So I mixed up some UV resin with glitter and poured it into the puzzle piece and round charm. After those were cured, I painted on a few layers of the thermal liquid. I painted on one layer, let it dry, then another layer. I want to note that this thermal liquid is like paint. It dries on its own. It's not a UV liquid, so setting under a UV lamp doesn't make it dry faster. That's probably obvious, but I thought I should make you aware just in case. While that's drying, I thought I'd try mixing the thermal liquid into resin to see if it would still be sensitive enough to pick up body heat. I mixed a bit of the thermal liquid into UV resin, then carefully added it to my ring mold. This mold is so tiny, I have yet to find a way to put resin into it without making a mess. But I think I did okay this time. Now we can do Randall. I filled him up with a very generous amount of UV resin and cured it. Then I applied some black UV resin with my dotting tool and totally failed to make him look anything like Randall. He looks terrifying. Then, once that's cured, I painted him with a few layers of the thermal liquid. Now, at this point, it had actually been a few days since I started this experiment, and I decided to check Sophie and Toffee's website again, and voila! I found the thermal liquid on their new products page. And it states that it's best applied to black surfaces. So here goes round 2. First, I mixed a tiny amount of black acrylic paint to some UV resin and then poured that into one of the big round charms. I cured that for a really long time. The UV light can't penetrate through black, so I cured one side for about 5 minutes, then peeled it out of the mold and cured the other side for another 5 minutes. I wasn't very hopeful that the black would cure, but it actually worked really well and was surprisingly not very sticky. Then I painted 2 thin layers of the thermal liquid on top. Once that's dry, I painted on a layer of the UV nail gel. It's really cool to see the thermal colors changing as I painted it on, so I'm really excited to see how it works with my body temperature. But no sneak peeks. Let's do Randall. I filled this mold with clear UV resin again, and once it was finished, I painted on a layer of the black acrylic paint. I decided to do this method because the mold is a lot thicker than the circle, and I wasn't convinced it'd cure properly if the black was mixed in. Once the paint was dry, I carefully painted 2 thicker layers of the thermal liquid on top, avoiding the eyes and teeth and painting around his hair. I wanted his skin to change color, but not his eyes, teeth, and body outline. Then, like the circles, I coated him in the UV nail gel and was mesmerized by the color change. And we're all done. As you can see, the ring doesn't change colors at all. This is the one where I mixed the thermal liquid into the resin, and just as I expected, even with a lot of body heat, and trust me, I'm always hot, it doesn't change at all. The puzzle piece doesn't change much either. I think it's changing, but it's not very noticeable. But the clear circle charm looks so awesome. I'm really happy with how it changed under my thumb. This clear Randall is hideous though, like total nightmare fuel. And the black pieces look bomb. They change color really well and look so awesome. What's weird though is the black circle and the black Randall change to totally different colors under the same body heat. The circle changes to blue, which is what I expect from mood type color changing liquid, but Randall turns like a yellow-green? It's weird. The other downside is the heat has to be applied to the top of the thermal liquid, not below it like a typical mood necklace. So if I were to wear this as a necklace, the color is not likely to change. I don't really intend to use any of these pieces for jewelry, but I had a ton of fun making this experiment and finding out how this liquid works. What do you guys think? Any other ideas for how this liquid could be used? Use hashtag BunnieDIY on Instagram so I can see what you've made. Or comment below any of your ideas, I'd love to try them. Thanks everyone! I hope all of you, your friends, and family are safe and doing well. Love you a latte!